Math! Hi, this is Mr. Regener, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Aftermath. Today's focus will be focus. The purpose of this video is to help you prepare and study for our focus quiz, which is coming up at the end of the week. We're going to look specifically at week 3, day 2 activity, which we will have completed in class with partners. So in number 1, we're going to look at a graph. So it's really important whenever we're looking at graphs that we're analyzing that carefully, looking at the information carefully. So the title of our graph is School Carnival Attendance. We have the number of people on the left-hand side, the year on the bottom. This is going to be pretty important for us as we analyze the question. Let's get into the question. Number 1, the carnival projects that the total attendance for 2015 will be triple the attendance of 2011. What is the projected attendance for 2015? A, 1,116, B, 1,246, C, 1,647, or D, 2,403. So let's go ahead and get to our paper here and get some work done. I know I'm looking at the attendance rate for 2011, and as I look at that chart, the attendance in 2011 was 558. So for number 1, I'm going to take 558, and I'm going to be tripling that. What that means is that I'm taking that 3 times. Now I could take 558 plus 558 plus 558, but I think it's a little bit easier just to multiply by 3. So doing some quick math here, 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So my answer is 1,674 is the projected attendance for 2015. As I look at my answer choices, there is that answer in answer option C. And that would be my answer, and that's what I would circle for number 1. Let's move on and take a look at numbers 2 and 3, the directions. These are both constructed response questions, so we want to make sure that we're reading the directions carefully. It does say very clearly that we want to show our work and include a label. So I'm going to make sure that I do that for both of these questions. Let's get into question number 2. Number 2, a new school book room has 25 bookcases. Each bookcase holds 86 books. How many books does the new book room have? An interesting question, and one that I think we could try to visualize, but I think we're going to find out it's a little bit complicated. We might just want to do some simple math on this one, but let's take a look at our paper. All right, so here I am. I'm going to do my work here for number 2, and the book room, again, if I try to draw this out, it has bookcases. So think about the library at our school. There's a bookcase with a bunch of books on it, right? So we could have 25 bookcases, and that could be a bookcase, that could be a bookcase, that could be a bookcase. I'd have to draw out 25 bookcases. And then on each bookcase, I'd have to have like 86 books and maybe like chop that up into 86 parts. It seems like a lot of work that I don't want to do. So the visual on this one, although a great idea, I'm not sure is going to be that helpful. Instead, let's just think about what we're doing. We have 25 bookcases with each one having 86 books. That's 86 plus 86 plus 86 plus 86, 25 times. Another way of doing that is just to take 86 times 25, right? So on number 2, we're going to be multiplying every single time. So let's do some quick math. 5 times 6, that's going to give me 30. Bring my 3 up. 5 times 8, that's going to give me 40, plus the 3 is 43. I make sure I include my 0 here as a placeholder because now I'm multiplying by 20s. So 2 times 6 is 12. Bring my 1 up top. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. Now I need to add. 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 2 is 5. 4 plus 7, 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. That means it's 2,150. So I need to make sure I write down 2,150, and I want to make sure I include a label. So if I go back to my original question, the question does say how many books does the new library book room have, or the new book room have. So it's 2,150 books. So I want to make sure my label is on there for number 2. Let's move on and take a peek at number 3. Number 3 says, your coach bought 11 pairs of shorts to replace some of the volleyball team uniforms. The total cost is $253. What is the cost per pair of shorts? All right, so in this one, now we have the total. we have the number, we have to divide to figure out the individual price. Let's get to the notebook paper here and do some work. So the total cost for the volleyball uniforms was $253. I'm gonna leave the dollar sign off for right now, but I can always put that on and I know that's actually the cost. That means it's 11 pairs of shorts. So my 11 is gonna be my divisor. I'm taking 253 divided by 11 because that's gonna tell me how much each pair of shorts cost. All right, so I wanna look at this. Does 11 go into 2? No, I could put an X there or a 0 or just leave it blank. I'm choosing to put a 0. Does 11 go into 25? Why, yes it does. In fact, I know that it goes in 2 times. 2 times 11 is gonna give me 22. I do some subtracting. 25 minus 22 gives me 3. I bring down my 3. Does 11 go into 33? Why, yes it does. In fact, it goes in 3 times. 3 times 11 is 33. I do some subtracting and I get 0. That means my answer is 23, but I want to make sure I include a label, and that could be as simple as a dollar sign. It's $23 per pair of shorts for the volleyball team. So in this one, again, we're setting it up like a division problem for number 3. Moving on to number 4, let's take a peek at it. Now this one is the multiple answer question of our quiz. So that means we're gonna have more than one correct answer. It might be 2, it might be 3, it might be 4 or more. We don't know, we need to do the math to figure it out. So the question says, a farmer has a bale of hay with a mass of 45 kilograms. Choose all of the measurements that are equivalent to 45 kilograms. So we have A, 4,500 centigrams, B, 45,000 centigrams, C, 45,000 grams, D, 45 million grams, E, 45 million milligrams, or F, 4,500,000 centigrams. So a couple options here that we can choose from. We need to do some math, and I'm going to refer to my good old friend King Henry. Let's take a peek at our work here. So for number 4, one of the first things that I'm going to do is actually write out my my prefixes for converting in metric. So I remember King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Okay, this is kind of the thing that I need to remember because that's kilo, hecto, deca, unit, deci, centi, milli. Okay, so knowing these things is going to be ultra helpful for me. And I know that the farmer has a mass of 45 kilograms. That means this is going to be 45 kilograms over here under K. Now, if I'm going to convert these and I'm going down the steps for the metric system, in other words, I'm going to the right, that means I'm going to be multiplying by 10 each time. One other way of thinking about that is I'm just moving my decimal to the right each time. So for hecto, I would have 450. For deca, I'd have 4,500. For units, which in this case is grams, I would have 45,000. For deci, I'd have 450,000. For centi, and I'm hoping I'm not running off the page here on my video, I'd have 4,500,000. And then for milli, I'd have 45 million. All right, and hopefully that's not too tiny to see on the video. So as I look at my options, now all I have to do is match it up with the A, B, C, D, E, F options. So letter A, 4,500 centigrams. Here's my centigrams. That is obviously not enough. Okay, so I need to keep on looking. Letter B, 45,000 centigrams. Oh, that's not enough either. Letter C, 45,000 grams. Let's take a look. 45,000 grams. Looks like C is one of my answer choices. Letter D, 45 million grams. That's not right either. How about letter E? 45 million milligrams. Hey, there we go. So letter E is correct. And then the last one, letter F, 4,500,000 centigrams. 4,500,000 centigrams. Looks like that's correct as well. So in number 4, we have 3 correct answers out of the possible choices. So there's our focus review for you. Hopefully this video will be helpful as you prepare for your quiz coming up this week. I'm Mr. Regener. This has been another edition of The Aftermath.
Math! Aftermath, it's the aftermath. Aftermath, it's the aftermath. Math class is fun, but when it's done, stay in the zone. On your own, it's math review, made just for you. take a video wherever you go. Aftermath, it's the aftermath. Aftermath, it's the aftermath. Oh yeah.